Alrighty, we're in the kitchen with Chef Brian Hines from Riverwalk Restaurant in Yorktown. Brian, welcome to the Hampton Road Show. Good to have you here. What are you going to make for us?
Well, today, thank you for having me here.
Our pleasure.
It's a pleasure. We're doing big game food, Super Bowl food. So, we wanted to have a little fun to put something out on your table, your buffet table. You go to a house party, you can bring it with you. So, what we're going to do is a jalapeno cheesecake dip. It's a little bit of a spin off of, just the regular dips that you would, or
Jalapeno cheesecake dip. It sounds sweet and spicy.
Yes,
a little of both, right?
Yeah, it's a savory. It kind of, throws you when you say cheesecake, but you can also make it savory as well.
Not only that, but Brian's brought a bunch of seafood as well. We'll get cooking with Brian Hines in just a moment. Stick around, everybody. All right, from football fashion to football food, we're back now with Chef Brian Hines from Riverwalk Restaurant in Yorktown. He's making a couple of favorites from the menu that are great for the game day. Brian, what are we making first?
Well, today we're going to feature a jalapeno cheesecake dip.
Jalapeno cheesecake dip. Sounds very interesting. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. How's it get started?
Yeah, well, first we're going to take, in your KitchenAid mixer, you put about 3 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. You want to get that started slowly in the mixer.
All right.
We'll soften it so it mixes, and it blends real fine. Now this is a savory cheesecake too, so you're not going to put the normal sugars and everything in it.
So it's not a dessert.
It's not a dessert.
Not a dessert, but it does sound like it though.
This is going to be an appetizer that you put on your table with your chips and your buffalo wings and everything. There's a little bit of spice to it. I'm adding a little bit of chicken stock. Again, it's not a sweet cheesecake, so you're going to slowly add that until it incorporates. Okay. All right. That's about a half a cup of chicken stock.
Right.
What I have here, the main ingredients is the peppers. We have jalapenos.
Diced fine, I see.
That are minced up. Okay, we're going to add that in. Now we have chipotle peppers too,
Nice.
which is a jalapeno, but it's a smoked jalapeno.
Right.
Okay, so that's going in as well. There we go. We also have a little bit of chili powder.
Nice. You're blending all these different tastes together. I guess
Yes.
you're going for that effect.
Yes. Now you can. This is a time where you can increase your mixer,
Crank it
get
up
all
a little
those
bit.
lumps out, the cream cheese. You want it to stay together because you are going to bake this off.
Right.
So you're going to slowly add 1 egg at a time, let that incorporate.
Now, you say if you're doing this slowly. Why is that important? Because I would just be dumping it all in at once. Is that I guess that's wrong, huh?
Well, one, you want to cream the cheese out too. You want to get all the lumps out. Number 2, you don't want to wear it.
Right.
I mean, if you turn it on high blast, it's just going to go everywhere.
But if you were to just dump those eggs in at once, or maybe the chicken broth all at once, it just wouldn't mix the same?
No, you want to incorporate all your ingredients to make sure that they are definitely all mixed in well. A little bit of salt. Okay. Now this is going to be, we're just going to let that go for a little bit.
All right, now what?
Now, every cheesecake needs a crust.
Exactly. What are we going to do about that?
We are going to go big game day.
Right.
You need bacon somewhere.
Yes.
Yes. We're going to do a bacon crust, okay?
Bacon
so you're going to take a cheesecake pan. It's got the false bottom on it.
Right.
Right. A little bit of spray. Not much because the bacon will kind of release itself. And what you're going to do is we just have some smoked bacon, real nice, high quality smoked bacon, because that's going to be a lot of flavors when you get down to the bottom of the dip. Okay.
I don't think I've ever heard of a bacon crust.
You know what? I didn't until I did it. And
Is this an original, Brian?
every time that I've done it, this is definitely the first to go off the buffet line.
I'm sure it is.
I'll tell you what. Okay. Now, I incorporated a little bit of egg whites into that too, so it will kind of bake while the cheesecake is baking.
So how are we looking on the cheesecake over there?
Cheesecake is just about done.
Right.
It's a nice consistency. All
So time to add it to the crust, huh?
Time to add it. Yep. So what we're going to do.
Okay, so while you spoon that out, I got to ask you, who are you rooting for in this game? Who do you like?
Well, you know, my Patriots are out. So,
Oh,
but
so
I am old school. I'm going to have to go with Peyton.
Okay.
You know, I'd like to see him get that second ring.
Okay, well, that's okay.
You know?
That surprises me because Peyton has had so many battles with those Patriots that, but that's good. You go old school. That's fine.
Yeah.
Stick with the AFC. Okay, quickly. Okay, let's go ahead. So you're gonna. Is there anything else you're gonna add that in here?
This is it. About 350 in the oven for about
All
45
right.
minutes.
And in the magic of television,
Oh,
you've got one that's
look at
already
this.
fixed up.
Voila.
Quickly to the plate, so
Okay.
we can wrap it up. Looking
So
good.
what we're going to do here,
Look at
I'm going to get you
that.
to chop up real quick. Tiny bit of cilantro, or just
Tiny
half
bit.
of that.
I could be here forever.
We
Okay.
have a pico de gallo, which is just basically tomatoes, onions, a little bit of cilantro.
Right.
Okay. Again, this is a savory dip, and you want to serve this warm. Okay.
Okay. So listen, this is the finished product. You're going to wrap that up. You're going to put a little cilantro. It's
Yep.
a good time for us to wrap it up. We'll check this out in our next segment. Brian, that looks
Some
amazing.
chips.
For anybody who wants to figure out how to do this, go online, HamptonRoadshow.com, and you can watch this whole segment once again. Brian Hines from Riverwalk. We'll talk more about the restaurant in just a few minutes.
Great.
Thanks for being here.
All right.
How does that look, huh? Amazing for the big game. We are back now with Chef Brian Hines from Riverwalk Restaurant in Yorktown. He's making a couple of favorites from the menu that are great for the game day. We wrapped up the cheesecake. Now it's time to move on to some favorites, oysters. First, tell me a little bit about Riverwalk.
Well, Riverwalk just changed ownership last December. We're very excited about that. He also opened a Water Street Grill
Nice.
that is connected to Riverwalk.
Very nice.
That is doing very well. Everybody seems to love it. It's more of a casual place to eat. There's 20 craft beers on tap, huge octagon bar in the middle, but then you're still right on the water. There's still a great grand patio that you can dine out on in summertime.
A beautiful location right there on the York River. Right now in the wintertime, you got the fireplace cooking, a great experience for dinner. Not only that, but York River Oyster Company also opened up as well.
York River Oyster Company, it will be opening in hopefully the beginning of April, mid-April.
Over in Gloucester.
Yes, over in Gloucester, right over the Coleman Bridge.
Simple,
And-
right close to each other.
Yep. So with that, we're going to feature some local oysters, a couple
Show
of
us
different
what
ways.
you got, Brian.
All right. First, we have some nice local oysters. They're Chesapeake oysters, and we're going to be doing a sampler. First one, very simple recipes. The first one is a buffalo. So you're going to take your favorite hot sauce. Okay. You don't even need a saucepan for this. Okay. So a couple of tablespoons of hot sauce, some extra sharp blue cheese. I put the breadcrumbs in the hot sauce. Okay. So we're going to mix that together. A little bit of melted butter. All right.
Definitely with oysters for sure.
Yes. You need that little bit of richness. Okay. A quick stir. So you have that. And then you're just going to go straight to the oyster. Okay. When this goes in the oven, the blue cheese is going to get all soft, melted. We're going to top that because it is a spicy oyster.
So that was the spicy.
With the jalapeno.
Very nice.
Quick and simple, right?
What are you moving on to the next one?
Next one, we're going to do a Bienville. Okay. A little New Orleans sauce. Just you can do a simple Alfredo. We have some chopped shrimp. Okay. See how simple this is? You don't even need a saucepan. This is jumbo lump crab meat.
This is for the seafood lover out there for
Oh
sure.
yeah. A little bit of blackened seasoning. Okay. And then I put an egg yolk in because that is going to hold the sauce together. All right. Again, just a stir. You're going to cook this under the broiler, so the egg yolk will cook. Again, just straight to the top of the oyster. You're going to have a nice rich sauce in there, a little bit of spice from the blackened seasoning. Next, we're going to do, for game day, you got to have some beer, and you got to have some bacon.
Right.
So we're going to do a bacon cheddar cheese sauce, a little bit of beer, some sharp cheddar cheese, okay, a little bit of caramelized onion, smoked bacon, and a little bit more Alfredo sauce.
I'm having a hard time picking a winner out of this. They all look great.
Right.
Now, are all these on the menu there at Riverwalk?
Yes, they will be. And you'll be, or York River Oyster Company.
Of course.
Yes.
Definitely.
They will be in this version as well, too. You'll be able to get
Okay.
a sampler. We're going to feature, so these are going to go straight into the oven.
Straight into the oven.
You're going to want to broil these, okay?
Well, I'll tell you what, the best thing to do is just get them over there at the Riverwalk. Have Brian cook them for you. Riverwalk Restaurant is located at 323 Water Street, Yorktown, right there on the York River. Give them a call at 875-1522 or look them up online at riverwalkrestaurant.net. He's already made up a couple, pulled them out of the oven, and that is the finished product.
There you are.
Brian, that looks amazing. Hey, listen, enjoy the game. Really appreciate you coming in today, and
Thank you
can't
very
wait
much.
to dig into the cheesecake. Brian Hines, everybody, from Riverwalk.